Hello everyone, and welcome to another behind the scenes video for Legoland. This is the Halloween special episode. How are you all doing? Are you having a great Halloween? My younger audience, are you getting a lot of candy? For my older audience, is your lady friend or lady friends dressing in that outfit that you cannot stop looking at and making you smile on the inside? I hope so. We all have fun this Halloween. We all go crazy. I have been busy the past few weeks. In fact, I was surprised I got this episode out on time. 2 weeks it took to make this episode. And right after I released Cloverfield 2, I immediately turned around and started making this episode. I know some of you guys are like, well, it took you 2 weeks to do all that. Yeah, it's really hard. God dang it. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the cool features that happened in this episode. First of all, we're going to take a look. Let's take a look at when our friend here, possessed or evil vampire Dan, comes into frame. So let's see if we can figure out which one we're on. We are on. What are we on? Oh, we're on raw scene 4. So again, I kind of split it up into multiple scenes. Again, when I click between the edited version and the unedited version, you kind of can see there's definitely a difference between the two. In the final version, I put the video through a color grading, and that definitely made it a lot more evil-ish, but we're going to talk about that in a second. So, let's take a look at Dan being evil. So, Dan and Jack coming in this way was very simple. Really, if we kind of take a look at Dan here, I cut him out. Just kind of took the contours of his body. Bam. Take out his eyes. This was the real thing that happened. Really, it's just him standing there. Nothing much. Just him there. Next frame, the next 2 pegs, I just put Dan there and there. Then to give him that kind of blurry effect, I cut him out, like I said before. And then I gave him a directional blur, so it kind of looks like, ooh, he's moving really fast. The camera can't keep up with that kind of thing. Ooh, it's crazy. And then I also gave him 2 red eyes. I guess that's the signature, I am an evil demon, or I'm possessed, or something like that. Yeah. And I kind of gave him a little bit of blur to the eyes as well, because, you know, the eyes can't just be in focus the whole time. So then he just kind of does that for 2 or 3 frames before he reaches his destination. If you notice, a billow of dust follows him. That is just, that's just Detonation Films there. Go to detonationfilms.com and kind of color grade it all out. To get it behind Jack, again, I just cut out his torso and legs so that the smoke wouldn't pass in front of him. But that doesn't really matter. If you notice, we're kind of zoomed in a lot more, aren't we? Yeah. In the final cut here, I kind of redid the framing so that it's a little more zoomed in on him, a little more focused on certain things that I want to look at, cut out some things I don't want to look at. Yeah, you can see here's the original frame. These points here that you can see, that's the real frame. Again, if I go back here, kind of get a better view of it. But again, that's not even the real frame there. It's not the best example, but still. Of course. Ooh, somebody's having fun out there. We have the demon. Now, you can call this a demon, you can call this a vampire. I like to call it vampire, but I wanted to give him teeth. But that was one thing I cut. So, who wants to look at the main villain behind the vampire? I'm going to take out everything except him. Alright? Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. Oh, no. It's the Lego figure. Oh, okay. It's just a Lego figure. Let's zoom in a little bit. More people having fun. So, we have, it's just a Lego figure with another pair of legs. I wanted him to be taller, like he's a bigger evil demon than the rest. Then what I did was I went through each frame by frame, cut him out. which then I gave him this black, blurry thing. You can kind of tell, if you look really close, you can kind of tell it's still a Lego figure. Oh, honking everywhere. Jeez, what's going on? And then I gave him a kind of an evil blur, this black blur around him. And then 2 red beady eyes. Now this is not one thing that I can animate at once, get a template, and hey, everything's golden. I have to go in frame by frame. Like here, if I continuously move it forward, he raises his arms up a little bit, and you can see that little difference right there. I had to go back and go through and animate that whole thing. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes per frame. But once you got the hang of it, you know, you're good. And then he kind of blows our 2 friends away. Right here, Jack and Joe. But, unfortunately, I'm out of RAM already. Oh, jeez. It's embarrassing. You can kind of see the outline of this figure. It's a good example of what it really is. What else can we talk about? What about Joe throwing a knife? That's pretty intense. If we were to look at, I think it's around here. No. Yeah, here we go with the knife throw. Come on, little boy. Run to the frame. Oh, he's tired. I think it's raw scene 5 or 6. I think it's raw scene 6. I cut up the frames, or I cut up different shots into different compositions. For those of you who are wondering, kind of clean up here. Also, FYI, over here, kind of see I have different menus and all that stuff for myself. Organization is key. I mean, during sound mixing, my leg's stuck. During sound mixing, I mean, it was bloody hell. But I got it done in a single day, which gives me a lot of hope for future episodes that I can probably crunch them out really fast if I really perfect and polish some things. But where was I? Oh yeah, Joe's throwing a knife. For the knife throw, that knife is obviously not real. For the original cut, there's no camera movement at all. I just animated the knife being thrown. That knife, if we want to look at the knife, I don't know if I can even figure it out. Let's see if I can find it. Can I find the knife? Find the knife. No. Okay, that's just embarrassing. Well, that knife is really just an image of the knife, and I cut up the image to the contours of the knife. So that's that. And then I animated the knife flying through the air in slow-mo, and then I gave it a kind of an impact on the demon. Man, do we not have any RAM. I need a new computer. Please donate. Please donate stuff. That's one thing. This knife is not my own. Those guns are not my own. They were donated. If you would like to donate anything to the Legoland cause, personal message me. I am happy to take your stuff. That sounds terrible. Really, I'm just this is obviously an improvement over what happened before. Like, I would have used, I guess somebody called it a megaphone, but really it's like some kind of drill or something like that. Either way, you know, it's just something silly. But I used that as an excuse for a gun, and then somebody came up to me. It's like, you know, I have a ton of guns that I just want to throw away. His name is XLego X Gaming. He didn't give me a YouTube channel. He just gave me a username. But if you really have some excess cool things that you would like to see on the show, I'll give you complete credit. I will give you a shout out and all that stuff if I use your stuff in an episode. What other kind of cool things did we do? Let's see, the knife went into the guy. He's shattered. That is a cool plugin. I'm very proud that I was able to pull this one off. Obviously, I just made a light source behind him just grow bigger and bigger up to the point when I use the plugin Shatter. Let me see if I can find this. shatter effect. Over here it's called shatter. So if I were to instead just make it a wireframe, if you get in really close, I don't know if the computer will capture this, but you can kind of see this shattering effect. Now this is what the computer simulated. After Effects has this program, you can literally click and drag it from your effects menu into the video, and then there's that, and then you just tell it to render or apply it to the rendered file, which is our evil demon. And then he explodes, and you can still kind of see the outline, so he's still technically there. I'm kind of cheating the system, but yeah, he explodes, and then the eyes fade out, and then yeah. You'll probably notice that this doesn't look like the real deal. What happened to the screen? Yeah, this won't actually look like the final thing. Beep. That is because I put it through a color grading. Color grading is where I took the brightness, contrast, and the color balance and kind of just manipulated them a little bit. If you can see, bam, bam. For the color, I kind of made it a little bit more orangey, made it a little more evil looking. And then I kind of dulled the colors and made darks come out a lot more. So then it's like evil. Yeah, that's that. Any other kind of cool effects? Not really. Sound editing. The voice manipulations, all done in Audacity. We recorded at the facilities here at my university. Thank you. Let's see. What else was there? The music. The music is called, I believe it's called The Horde. And link down below. It's at newgrounds.com. You guys can download it. Blah, blah, blah. It's very lovely. Somebody just sent me a Skype message. I'm not going to look at who sent me a Skype message because I don't want that person to get an ego. So that's all I can think of right now. Those are the visual effects. I am kind of running out of time and probably boring you to tears, but if you really, really want, if you really have any questions, please message me. I will answer your questions. I just got back from like a 5-hour car ride. Actually, it was more like 3 to 4 hours, 3.5 more. Oh, the evil demon's gonna get you, Daniel. Gonna get you. These are all the intros. There's our. That's not the villain. It's just an image I ripped off of Google. I like hiding things in videos. You guys didn't. Nobody caught the hidden message in the last video, which kind of makes me sad, but it's still open. Something special happens if somebody finds it, but I'm not going to say anything else. Okay, well, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a happy Halloween. Yeah, happy Halloween. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Toodaloo.